Brave bloggers. I've always wondered about the following situation and want to know if you've ever seen or heard of someone using this approach in a committee of evidence or with people when they're in trouble in Scientology. From a never-ends perspective, if a member believes in the tech, it only seems logical this could be a possibility for a parishioner in ethics trouble. If a Scientologist or OT of the appropriate OT level, I think it would be OT3 and above, committed some type of action which could get them in trouble with the church, couldn't they claim it was really my BTs that made me do it? I'm not being facetious. Please correct me if I'm wrong. The idea is essentially you have these conscious and unconscious BTs which are either partly or wholly responsible for some/all of the bad things you've done or are doing. If a member wanted to stay in the Church of Scientology if they got in trouble, why would they not use this explanation if they honestly believe that they have these BTs on them which are causing pain, negative actions, and bad things to happen in their life? For that matter, why not a pre-clear who could say it was his reactive mind that made him do it? Why would an organization allegedly designed to teach members the techniques to overcome these harmful things kick people out or declare true believers when Scientology allegedly has the only way for the individual to fix what is causing unattractive behavior to the group? If they are invested in their tech/beliefs, why would they not recognize that their own explanations for harmful behavior could explain people doing unacceptable things? Okay, well, I could get into a lot of minutia with this answer in terms of ComEvs and ethics and, when people get in trouble in Scientology and that sort of thing, but I'll go more basic than that. The bottom line with Scientology ethics is that you are responsible for your own condition. Period. End of story. Always. So you, being you, meaning the spiritual being or the thetan or the entity that is you, and you are capable of overcoming or recognizing and not going to the effect of your BTs or your reactive mind. What you need is a good swift kick in the butt in order to not be what they call dramatizing your BTs or dramatizing your reactive mind. The idea is that the thetan is always at cause, okay? The thetan is always the one who's in charge. And the BTs and the reactive mind and that sort of thing, sort of prey on the person and feed him, bad data, fake news, wrong information, wrong suggestions, right? This sort of thing. But when the thetan is aware of what the right, moral, good thing to do is, once he's been educated on that, there's no excuse to not do the right thing or follow the right path or course of action as dictated by Scientology, morality. So you don't get a pass, right? There is no pass. There is no, it was some other determination that caused you or forced you to do those things. That is reserved, your time for dramatizing and dealing with your case, the things that your BTs and the stresses and traumas of yesteryear, that the place where you get to dramatize that or go to the effect of that or show that off is when you're in an auditing session and you're purposefully diving into it and stirring it up in order to look at it and get rid of it with your auditing, right, with the counseling. Out in life, you're expected to apply self-discipline and keep your own ethics in. These are the phrases that are used in Scientology, right? But basically the bottom line is that point of you are responsible all the time for anything that you do. And if your body, went and did something, well, you don't get to say, well, my body did it, or well, my BTs made me do it. The Scientologist they just don't buy it, right? They don't let you off that easy. They don't let you off the hook. They will acknowledge that those things exist, right? They will say your reactive mind exists, for sure. No question about it. Excuse me. It is exerting force against you. And I think I mentioned this a couple episodes ago, but I'll say it again here. There's an energy or a force that is exerted against you by your reactive mind, by these past painful incidents, right, and incidents of trauma. Or there are your BTs that are exerting, some influence on you. But in Scientology, what Hubbard said is that your because you're in charge and because you're the one who actually calls the shots and runs your body and does, and is the one who's sort of, at cause or is self-determined, you can kind of boot yourself or kick yourself in the boots enough, in the butt enough to overcome the energy that is being exerted on you by these extra, curricular entities or things. Or you can get some help to overcome it, right? Somebody else can kind of like kick you around and sort of snap you into, this is the other thing, is sort of snap you into present time. If your attention is in the here and now, and you're focused on what's going on around you, then you're not focused on what's going on in your head, you're not focused on the reactive mind, you're not focused on what the BTs are telling you, and you are able to exert enough self-discipline and control to not have to do what they tell you. And if you give into that and you do something that you know is wrong, you shouldn't be doing, well, then that's on you. So that's kind of the logic of it in Scientology, and that's why nobody gets to ever get away with blaming their case. And in fact, it's a part of the ethics codes in Scientology that you, and certainly in the Sea Org, that you not blame your case or go to the effect of your case, is what they call it, when you try to use that as an excuse.